Hi, welcome to the Forecasting for Success podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Brie. I'm a doctor of psychology, financial educator, astrologer, and founder of Forecasting for Success, a community of people improving their financial literacy to achieve financial independence. I blend my expertise as a former professor and financial intelligence analyst with the tool of astrology to help break down why you are struggling with specific money habits and the best way to form more intentional responses and choices when it comes to money, especially to help you feel more secure in your financial decisions and improve your money skills for building long-term wealth. Welcome back to the Forecasting for Success podcast, the show where astrology, personal finance, and spiritual self-discovery meet the real world. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for listening. This week, Venus remains opposite Neptune and Saturn and remains trine to Pluto and Uranus for a few more days. In case you missed it, be sure to listen to last week's episode where I review what this means for your money, and I'll link to that episode in the show notes. This week, we have a new moon in Libra, which occurs at 2:24 p.m. Central European Time on Tuesday, October 21st. I know a lot of people like to blow cinnamon into their homes on the first of every month for prosperity, but I prefer to perform this ritual every new moon. The new moon each month gives us a boost of energy to start things new, to help us grow and increase what matters most to us. So this is why I feel like the cinnamon ritual is best matched with the energy I'm trying to channel that's naturally occurring. And I don't mean that as a judgment. It's just that if I'm trying to ask the moon for help and I'm arguing that the calendar says it's the first of the month, the moon is not going to care if she happens to be full or waning on the first of the month. It's like I'm trying to fight with the energy that's going downhill and I'm asking it to suddenly go uphill just because the calendar says it's the first. So if you're like me and prefer the new moon for your monthly cinnamon ritual, then this coming Tuesday is the day. The moon in Libra is also the perfect time to restore balance to yourself and or your home if you're feeling burnt out or overwhelmed. Even if you're not able to clean and beautify your home this week due to a full schedule or needing to rest, you can use the energy this week to make a list of what needs to be completed by either the full moon or before the next new moon and set realistic goals to accomplish everything. Remember to set a small goal this week to enjoy something seasonal that feeds your soul. It's important this new moon to pause and be grateful for a moment, a person, or something that you find beautiful and enjoyable. Now I'd like to switch topics and discuss the theme of financial fall cleaning, which is hopefully something that will feel good to accomplish. Now, before you reach for your pumpkin spice latte, I want you to imagine this episode like the money version of decluttering your home. You know that feeling when you finally clean out your closet, donate what you no longer wear, and realize you have space to breathe again? That's the exact same feeling I want you to have when it comes to your finances by the end of this episode. Because here's the truth, financial clutter is real. And just like that junk drawer in your kitchen, the one with the random batteries, expired coupons, and cord you swear you're going to use one day, your financial life can pile up with unnecessary subscriptions, outdated goals, or habits that no longer serve you. So today we're going to clear out that clutter. We'll do it together, step by step, so that by the time we're done, you'll not only have a clean, organized money system, but also a renewed sense of financial control and peace of mind. All right, so first things first, what even is financial clutter? It's anything that causes confusion, overwhelm, or stagnation in your money life. And that might sound vague, so let's get specific. Financial clutter looks like accounts that you've forgotten about, bills that you're still paying for services that you don't even use anymore, credit cards you opened years ago that now just sit there gathering dust and possibly fees, or even old financial goals that no longer align with your life, but you keep holding on to them because you may not have paused to give yourself grace and permission to evolve and change without judgment or guilt. It can even be emotional clutter, guilt, fear, shame, or avoidance around money. And I want to name that up front because no amount of spreadsheets or budgeting apps will help if what's really weighing you down is emotional clutter around your finances. So before we dig into numbers or accounts, I want to invite you to pause and ask yourself, what's one area of my finances that feels heavy, messy, or avoided? Maybe it's your spending. Maybe it's that one credit card you don't want to look at. Or maybe it's the stack of unopened mail sitting on your counter or unopened emails in your inbox. Whatever came to mind first, that's your starting point. That is your sign. Financial clutter thrives in avoidance, but as soon as we bring light and awareness to it, it starts to lose its power. Here's something most financial experts don't talk about enough. Cleaning your finances is as much about emotional release as it is about organization. When you unsubscribe from something you no longer use, you're saying, I choose not to waste my energy or my money on things that no longer serve me. When you close out an old bank account or consolidate debt, you're saying, I'm making space for new opportunities and better financial flow. It's powerful and it's deeply freeing. So, if part of this process stirs up feelings, maybe regret, frustration, or even relief, that's normal, and that means you're doing the work. Now, let's move from awareness into action. Grab a notebook, your favorite warm autumn drink, and let's walk through this together. I'm breaking it down into 5 clear steps, all easy to follow, but powerful enough to transform how you manage your money heading into the rest of this year. Step 1, audit your accounts. We're continuing the autumn audit theme to get you and your money where you're trying to go and into a healthier place. Start by gathering every financial account you have. That includes checking and savings accounts, credit cards, investment accounts, retirement accounts, subscriptions, or memberships. Write everything down, even the ones you barely use or haven't used in forever. Now ask yourself 3 questions for each one. Do I still regularly use this? Does it cost me unnecessary money, mental space, or emotional space? Is there a way to simplify or consolidate it? For example, if you have 3 old checking accounts from previous jobs or moves, consider closing the ones that you don't use anymore. If you've got old 401ks floating around out there, use Capitalize to get this money into a retirement account that you control, whether that's a traditional or a Roth IRA. Simplicity equals clarity. And the more streamlined your accounts, the easier it is to track your progress and stay consistent over time. Step 2, eliminate hidden expenses. This is where we get honest. Look through your last 2 or 3 months of transactions and circle anything that makes you go, wait a second, what even is this? These are what's referred to as money leaks. They're small, reoccurring expenses that will drain your cash flow. Things like old app subscriptions, gym memberships that you don't use anymore or rarely use, delivery fees that add up, or even emotional spending on days where you're really stressed out. Remember to cancel or pause what no longer brings you value. And if it feels hard to let go of something, remind yourself this is not about deprivation, it's about alignment. You're not saying no to these things forever. You're saying yes to using your money intentionally on what consciously brings you joy. Step 3, review and refresh your goals. Now that you've tidied up the surface layer, it's time to revisit your goals. Ask yourself, are my current financial goals still relevant to my life right now? Have my priorities shifted since the start of the year? Is there a short-term goal that I can celebrate or a long-term goal that needs to be adjusted? For instance, maybe your original goal was to pay off $5,000 of debt by December, but you've already done it, which is amazing, and you can celebrate that. Or maybe your goal was to save for a trip, but you've decided that home renovations are more important this season. Then update your goals to reflect that change so you remain mindful of where your money is going and release any emotions you may not even realize you've been carrying around that could be weighing you down. Financial goals are fluid. They are not fixed. They're meant to evolve with your circumstances and with your personal values, which are things that you have control over. This fall, think of it like changing your financial wardrobe. You're swapping out what no longer fits and making space for what's more aligned with who you are now. Step 4, organize your systems. This is where we move from cleaning to creating structure. I like to think of financial organization as your maintenance routine. It keeps things tidy after the deep clean is done. Some simple ways to do this include setting up automatic transfers to savings or debt payoff, scheduling a reoccurring monthly money date with yourself, using a single app or spreadsheet to track everything in one place. Think of this like labeling your drawers or color coding your closet. It saves you time and energy in the long run. And if you find yourself thinking, I've tried budgeting before and it never sticks, that is okay. You don't need a perfect system. You just need to find one that's consistent and works with you. Remember, your goal here is not perfection, it's progress. Step 5, refresh your money mindset. Last but not least, your mindset. After cleaning, organizing, and updating your finances, take a moment to reset how you think about money. Ask yourself, what do I want my relationship with money to feel like this fall? Maybe you want it to feel calm. Maybe you want it to feel secure. Or maybe you want to feel empowered, like you're finally in control again. Whatever it is, take that feeling and use it as your financial compass for the rest of the year. Write it down and say it out loud. Put it on a sticky note that you can see every day, because your mindset is the foundation for every action that you take with money. And remember, your worth is not defined by your balance sheet. Cleaning your finances is about caring for yourself and your future. So to recap, your financial fall cleaning includes auditing your accounts, eliminating hidden expenses, reviewing your goals, organizing your money system, and refreshing your mindset. When you follow these 5 steps, you're not just managing money, you're building financial clarity, confidence, and peace. And here's your next step. If you loved this episode and want to go even deeper into understanding your own money habits, take my free financial personality quiz. You'll get a personalized money plan tailored to your strengths. It's like getting a mini financial audit just for you to get you started. You can find the link in the show notes. Thank you so much for joining me today. And remember that your financial success starts with the small intentional steps you take today. I want to thank you so much for joining me this week on Forecasting for Success, and let you know that you can read the transcript for each podcast episode on my website, which is linked below in the show notes. I've also included the link to send me your money questions if you'd like to be a guest on the podcast at forecastingforsuccess.com/podcast. And if you're ready to get started on improving your financial literacy and developing your own personalized money plan, I encourage you to join my Forecasting for Success community, where I teach you everything you need to know about budgeting, how to choose your retirement number, how to invest in the stock market, and so much more. I go live in the community each month to check in on your progress and help answer any questions you may have. And it's a supportive community where you can also check in with other members and learn from their experiences as well. I hope you take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you next week.